I'm the general manager of the museum, and we're thrilled to have all of you here. I'd like to introduce our new spokesperson for the museum. This is Mr. Rick Shaw, radio personality. We're thrilled to have him with us, and he's going to introduce a special guy over here and tell us a little bit more about the museum.
Well, thank you so much, and again, we welcome you all to this very special evening. I think that just walking around this facility, you kind of get the feeling that something unique, something unusual, something very special is going on. And why is it going on is standing right here. This is the gentleman who is responsible for everything that you see. And it's just absolutely amazing. I had the pleasure of going through the facility earlier this week, and it's, can you top this? You see one thing, and then you move on to the next display, and it's better, and the next display, and it's better, and it just keeps on going. It's mind-boggling. You got to come here 3 or 4 times to really see everything there is to see. And this is the gentleman right here who is responsible for it all. Please welcome Michael Dezer. Michael?
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming. We have decided to celebrate the James Bond Museum because it's the only one in the world that exists. And rather than talk, I told Rick to ask me questions. So this way, you know.
Okay, I'll ask you some questions here. How about what inspired you to start this expansive car collection? What was the inspiration?
Well, he calls it expensive car collection. In my age, I'm in the mission to spend my children's money. So to me, it's not expensive.
It's working.
It's working, you know. No, the truth is, I had a big museum and I just met a gentleman. Who did I just spoke? Right here. He remembered that in 1985, we got together in New York, and I took him to my then museum in Manhattan. That was, you know, a beautiful one-block museum on 11th Avenue, between 27th and 28th Street. And at that time, I specialized only in 50s convertibles and post-war American convertibles. And I had about 37 different convertibles from different companies that made them. When it came to Chevys, I have Chevys from 1948 to 1961, convertible in every year. And the building is a beautiful building, we still own it. But when we moved to Miami, we liquidated the collection, and I said to my wife, okay, no more cars, but look what happened here. So it's a disease, it's in your blood. You have any other questions?
Yes, we do. Do you have a favorite Bond vehicle, and why would it be your favorite?
Well, the DB5, as you all know, is the classic Goldfinger, and even now, in the new movie that's coming out, they're still showing this car. And we have 2 of them, one with the gadgets over there, if you saw it, the one that was in Goldfinger, and we have one here. This is the one that was in GoldenEye. And the same one is appearing now in the new movie, which, can we tell them which movie it was, isn't it? I don't know, I have too many drinks, I forgot the name. Okay, and so this is the car I like the most. And I'm bidding now on another one in England, by the way, that maybe I'll get, so we have 3 of them.
How much?
They're talking 2-3 million American dollars.
Those are the best kind. Indeed. All right. Do you have future expansion plans for the museum? And we're talking like maybe a drive-in movie kind of situation?
I was kidding. It's called Skyfall, the new movie that's coming in November 9th. And we're going to have a big event here for the November 9th. Talk to Tamara if you want a VIP ticket to it, because we're selling tickets. There'll be a big event here to show the Skyfall preview, and then we're passing the people to the movie theater down in South Beach. So it's going to be a nice event. The British Consulate wants to do it. Everybody is jumping on us because it's the new movie, Skyfall, that is November 9 is being introduced. And James Bond, 50 years to James Bond, is also starting in November sometimes, and we're going to ride on the 50 years of James Bond because we're the only James Bond museum in the world. So it's going to be very, very exciting. I mean, every time I think that I'm doing everything, we find another thing to outdo what we did before. And the James Bond is, no question, is the ticket. Because James Bond and Rick Shaw is the same thing. I remember, you know, 102.7, the oldest station, Rick was the man. We used to listen to him and listen and listen and listen. And don't forget, 5 generations have been watching the 50s shows. I mean, the 50s music and everything, because I'm a product of the 50s as well. And Rick is a product of the 50s, right? Okay, more or less. So that's why he's going to be our spokesman from now on. And James Bond is the same thing. They started in 50 years ago, and every generation keep remembering them. You can see from all the movies that we have until the new one, and they even have cars from the new movie arriving in Miami in 2 weeks from now. So it's going to be very exciting for us.
And one more. How long did it take you to put the Bond collection together?
Now, this is that's a very heavy question. I mean, you're all media and everything. I don't know if I should tell the truth. or should I?
Why?
Okay, why? It was a good question. I get a call from England, and my pickers in England are telling me, there is a guy that has a James Bond museum, and he wants to sell a few cars because he's getting divorced from his wife. So me, with my sense of humor, I'm saying, if I cannot buy everything, I'm not interested. So she calls me back, she said, for money you sell everything. I said, I called my pilot, I said, Michael, we are going to England tomorrow morning. We left Miami on Sunday night. We landed in England on Monday morning. We drove, we met the guy, he had the museum, he was a dentist that was getting divorced from his wife. He didn't know if he's coming or going. In 2 hours, I bought his whole museum. So it took me 2 hours to put all this. So that's the answer to your question. And we brought it to Miami, and it's much nicer than it was, of course, when it was in his place. And we have many more pieces now here, and we will have more pieces. Because I'm now buying Skyfall is the new movie, and I'm buying memorabilia and cars already from Skyfall to complete the collection. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Michael Dezer. How about that? Yeah.
Hello. Okay, seriously, in addition to that, after I bought the collection in England, I said those were cars, helicopters, submarines, motorcycles, and the like. What the guy in England missed, he missed the small stuff. And for 50 years, the Bond producers, they sold their name, the 007 with the gun, to do products with it. And what you see on the right side here is all the products that they've been doing, giving licenses for 50 years. I found a guy in Chicago that had been collecting them for 30 years. I flew to Chicago, I made a deal with him, in 1 hour I bought everything he collected for 30 years. Now we put it all together, and it became the biggest and only collection in the world of James Bond like this. That's why this place is so crazy beautiful.
All right, my goodness. It does happen indeed. The Bond Experience begins November 9. Tour of the Bond Museum is included, obviously. Shaken, not stirred martinis and caviar. We wouldn't have it any other way. Oh, shuttle in style to a theater premiere movie night, and tickets are available online. We also have Kids Halloween Night, October the 25th. Family-friendly, second-level arcade in the kids area. Complimentary face painting, appearances by kids' favorite characters. Free event for the whole family. Check Facebook for more information. Again, Michael, thank you so much. Thank you all for being here. God bless you. Enjoy. Enjoy. If anything we can do to make it easier, I'll be back for it.